Today on the grid, our topic is the opposite of last week's episode. Today, it's 10 photos you should probably actually take. And it might be more than 10. It could easily be 11 or 12. The Kuna Man is in the house. We got Dobson on the set, and his beard is coming in really, really nice. We've got some news. We got a workshop update. We've got some really great giveaways today because it's going to be a fine, fine day on the grid. And this happens in just more like 14 seconds. Let's go!
The Grid is brought to you by Platypod, the tripod alternative that is changing the world. Everybody has a Platypod. You should too. Go to platypod.com.
It's Wednesday, around 1-ish. Welcome to the Grid. I just want to start today's show by saying, Stu parked in my parking space.
Stu.
Man, I got here and I'm talking to my friend Paul on the phone, and I'm like, somebody's in my parking space.
Who's from New York in my parking space?
Who's from New York in my parking space? It's
Gotta be
Stu.
Stu.
So I had him towed. But anyway, he's here in the studio audience, so he's going to have a harsh reality when the show's over. However,
a tow truck's going to be here when he's on the show.
I don't ask for much, but when I get here, I need a parking space. And now I'm having to park, in the middle of nowhere. I had to walk all the way. I had to take a golf cart from, anyway. Nevertheless, welcome everybody. Lots of amazing stuff happening.
Yeah, we got a studio audience too. We got Don here as well.
Hey, Don.
On the studio
I
audience. So we
saw Don earlier.
We got a whole studio audience here.
And we got Stu, the parking space stealer. So the reserved sign, that doesn't mean anything to you, is it? Yeah. Anyway,
the towaway zone. I'm starting to get Stu nervous.
Anyway.
Is that tow truck? Did you call it?
Okay. Let's see. We got lots of stuff going on. First off, big news. All right. Me and Mr. Kuna, we are going to Tokyo with a workshop. So we are going, the dates are May 19th through the scroll down a little.
3rd?
Through the 23rd.
Maybe.
Hit that thing right there, Tokyo, right there. Boom. Hit it, not tickets, up higher. Oh, that'll work, I guess.
Work.
All right, so it's me and Mr. Kuna. We are going. Now, this is the first workshop that I've done where I've added an extra day. So we're there from Monday to Friday in Tokyo.
Well-deserved extra day.
Yeah. Well, one of the things we're planning is for me and Mr. K to take the group to Kyoto. So we take the bullet train, and we head to Kyoto for the day, and we'll be there in the morning, and we'll be there all the way till night, and we'll take the bullet train back. It's a couple of hours each way. We're also planning on jumping over to nearby Yokohama and do some shoots there. We got a lot of cool stuff planned. We finally have our hotel. So, and the hotel is, hold on.
It's really cool.
I'll tell you the hotel. It's a very nice hotel. Oh, the hotel's nice. It's, hold on one second. I got to tell you the name of the hotel. I had it here a minute ago, and I've lost it. All right. So it's a great hotel. It's a great hotel. Oh, wait. No. Hold on. I got it. 1 second. Don't move. Don't breathe. Don't make a sound. I have it right here. The hotel is the Kyo Plaza Hotel in the heart of Shinjuku. And it's a beautiful hotel. Lots of stuff nearby, including a train station, which in Japan is very, very important. But we'll have a bus to take us around and stuff to the important places. But we do have to catch a bullet train.
Bus, bullet train.
We're all over the place.
Stuff.
But we have a lot of really, really cool things there. We got a man on the ground to help us. Now, so here's how the thing goes. In a day or so, maybe even today, we're just waiting on the final, dot the I's and cross the T's. I send out an email to people who've already been to one of my workshops. They get the first shot at going to Tokyo. Then it is the KelbyOne VIPs and the Inner Circle people, and then people who have signed up for my newsletter. After that, then it's listed, it's allowed, then I mention it to the public, and it's open to anybody that wants to go.
However, if you're interested, go to Scott Kelby Workshops, go to the bottom of the page, and be on that workshop email list, because then you'll get ahead of everybody else.
That was the next thing I was going to say. So scroll all the way down to the bottom, go down all the way to the bottom. And right
there.
there. Sign up for that advance notice email so you'll find out before the public does. I send that out before I make it publicly available. Now, it says 12 participants. It's actually going to be 13 because I had someone that had to cancel at the last minute for one of my workshops. So we're going to let him come on this workshop. So because he's already paid up. I don't want him to have to pay twice. So he's just going to come along with us. So it's going to be actually 13 people, but there's only 12 tickets available. Because he's already taken care of. Okay, so that's what's coming up. We're very excited about it. We have a lot of interesting things planned. And Tokyo, it was Condé Nast Traveler, their 2024 Readers Poll named Tokyo the most beautiful city in the world and the best place to travel. It's right there from Condé Nast Traveler in their Readers Poll. So it's not something where the editors chose it. This is the Readers Poll.
The people
chose it. It's the people. And it's going to be great. And we have so many great things to do. And Tokyo is such a photogenic town. And it's just fun. The food is fantastic. It's not expensive. I'll tell you where it is expensive. Switzerland, Norway, but Japan, because of the way the dollar is right now, man, it's a deal. So anyway.
We're excited.
We're excited, but I want you to hear about it first. So go over to ScottKelbyWorkshops.com, get on the email list, and you'll know before the public. But this is all happening in the next week because next Tuesday, I'm off to Antarctica. So, and also, by the way,
we got a good show lined up for next week while you're out.
Good.
Christina already lined up stuff. Of course,
Good.
She's on it.
Yeah, so this is the trip that I'm on right here, going, it's sold out. And see that whole ship? That whole ship is nothing but photographers. It's nothing but photographers, the entire ship.
There you go.
And so I'm excited about that. I'm not excited about getting there. It's sticky to get there. But once I'm there and I go through the Drake Passage, which has been called the world's deadliest, what is it called?
Yeah, got that Dramamine.
Transit. Yeah, dude, I have all kinds of stuff. Rick Salmon was a great help. Yeah. Rick has done it many times on that same ship. And he said, dude, take Bonine, take this, take ginger chews, do all this stuff. And he said, now, sometimes you go through the Drake and it's like glass. It's just flat. And he goes, sometimes you go through it, it looks like that, what's that Deadliest Catch?
Or
thing with
the perfect storm or something.
Yeah, like that, So anyway, but I'm really looking forward to it. And the folks at the Munch workshops, phenomenal, just absolutely phenomenal. Okay, so that's what's coming up with workshops. But speaking of workshops, we have a conference coming up that we're announcing today.
Do.
Tell them about it, Mr. K.
So we have the iPhone conference. We're launching this year's iPhone conference. This is the 2025 iPhone conference. This has been our most popular photography conference because what it is it's unlocking that power of your iPhone to be, which it is, a mirrorless camera. And it's amazing what they're packing into those small, always with you cameras right in your pocket. So this conference is all about teaching you everything you need to know to make the most out of your iPhone. I'm really excited about a couple additions here. Like, for example, one of the people that I started really pushing towards this last year, he got into it, and he's producing amazing stuff, is Rami there. Right, so Rami, who was resistant because he's like, hey,
he's a chip snob.
He's like, Nikon, all that stuff. But the photos he's been sending me, I'm like, there's no way I couldn't even tell you were shooting. Yeah,
with Eric sent me one of Rami's shots, and I would swear that it was just a regular Rami shot with a Nikon, Z9.
Because it's the techniques that he's teaching. It's how to put it together. It's all that stuff, and it's a mirrorless camera. That's what the iPhone is. So
and it is it's 2 tracks, 2 days, plus a pre-conference day, plus bonus sessions. It's a lot of fun.
And you know where you go to see it? KelbyOneLive.com. And if you go to KelbyOneLive.com, you'll pull up right to that page.
There you go. I love that. I love to hear that. Yep. All right. Well, there you go. There's a countdown to it and all. We'd love to have you come. And you get the entire conference archived to stream on demand for an entire year. So if you missed any classes, you want to rewatch any classes or any of that kind of stuff, it's all right there for you.
Another one. Russell Brown has a class. Because we actually, for Russell's class, we are going out on location because he has this class. It is phenomenal. It's phenomenal.
Russell is unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
He is doing the best stuff.
And that's what, he is one of the if not the best iPhone photographer, but then you could say he's one of the best photographers out there for that style stuff.
Yes.
Regardless of it being on the iPhone.
And I will say that if you go watch Russell Brown's class, and you're one of those like, I don't know if the phone's that good, I'm not going to give up my. it will blow your mind and change your mind. But I mean, it's anyway. Tremendous photographers doing all kinds of different photography. Please come and join us. Go to KelbyOneLive.com and it's all right there. Let me see what else we got going on. I have a heartwarming story.
All right, heartwarming.
So I talked about Ibarian Perello, who is one of our KelbyOne instructors, a terrific guy and a wonderful photographer and instructor. And his house was decimated to the ground in the Los Angeles fires.
Yep.
One of our viewers, and a really, really great guy, a guy I know, calls me up and says, hey, look, I'm getting the new Canon 5D Mark II. I will send him my Canon. Instead of selling it, I'll just send it to him. And he's sending his camera.
That's awesome.
Because he lost all his gear.
Yeah.
He's sending him a 5D. Well, that's not a 5D. It's whatever the new mirrorless 5R.
The R5.
R5.
And then the R5 Mark II. That's what you're talking about.
He's sending him an iPhone. That's like a super expensive camera. It's thousands and thousands of
dollars.
dollars.
The R5 is an amazing camera.
Yeah.
The R5 Mark II is just like a little bit more. It's like.
Yeah. It's probably the difference I saw between my R6 and R6 II, which I'm not sure there was.
There's not much, but it's still better.
Yeah, I think it was 2 megapixels I got. Yeah. Anyway, but how about that?
Better.
So a shout out to my friend Willie, who was wonderful to step up like that.
I totally
and
know
said, hey, he lost his camera.
It's hard when you lose your stuff in your house. I only lost 60% in a hurricane.
God, yeah, his is Eric's story is
fire though is
awful.
Another level. Fire is another level. Water, like you can get away from it, and again, 60%. We still got 40. We're good, but like fire, you 100% gone.
Yeah, it's awful.
It's terrible.
Just awful. But there was a little silver lining there. All right. Do we have anything else coming up? Anything else important? I think that's it. All right. So
I got something like just we're talking gear, right?
Oh,
so there's a new lens that came out. I'm very interested in. There's an new RF lens, $1,100, $1,150, right? A 16 to 28 f2.8.
That is so cheap for a 16 to 28 because the old one was over $2,000.
Oh yeah.
And I got to imagine this one's even better.
I mean, the other one would go to 35, but I think that for this style, this is perfect. Because I could see, for example, where I could see this fitting in our arsenal is you got the 24 to 240.
Yep.
The 16 to 28 for the weight this is, and then you get 24 to 240, 16 to 28. That's a good range to cover.
Right. And you buy this lens because you want the 16.
Yes.
You didn't buy this lens because I need something that'll do 35.
35, exactly.
You're not even going to use hardly the 28.
It's going to be 16, 17, 18, 19.
You're going to be, I doubt you'll ever get to 28. So you're buying this lens because you want a 16 with a little bit of flexibility, like Eric said. So, I need to be a little tighter, 17.
Maybe a little. Excited. I mean, you got the 2.8 for if you're a wedding photographer or an event photographer. Also Milky Way, which I'm into.
You're into it.
It's just interesting to see where Canon's going with these RF lenses in this like affordable price point.
Yeah, that's a really good price point.
That's a good price point.
Hey, go see what the Canon 2.8 EF lens went for.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't even know if they sell it anymore.
I don't know if they do either. I mean, they probably still sell it.
Canon 16, I think it was a 16 to 35.
Because I bought the F4 because the F2.8 was so expensive.
Yeah, it's nice. And this is old lens that's been out forever.
Right, on sale. Look, it was $2,200.
I'm pretty sure that was almost $3,000 when it came out.
Yeah, it was more than that. But the last list price we saw was $2,200.
Yes. So I mean that's incredible. Like when I saw that, I was like, ooh, that's an interesting one. Because I'm interested in that whole thing, especially for Milky Way. I was working on a technique again with these trackers that are coming out where you can spend $250 on a decent tracker that you can set up quickly.
Yeah.
And you can get amazing results. So no longer is like you need these expensive lenses to get amazing Milky Way shots. You can add something to your arsenal. But lenses like this, I mean, that's incredible.
That deal's great. Look, even the refurb is more expensive.
Yeah,
the
$14.90.
refurb is
The refurb.
$1,500.
And honestly, this lens was not the sharpest. It was not the sharpest.
Yeah. Well, I had the f4 and I liked it.
And I will say that these RF lenses.
These RF lenses are sharp.
They are sharp.
They are very sharp.
Well, anyways, if you're a Canon shooter, that's interesting to me.
That was good.
That's interesting. I
like it. Okay. Did I mention the whole parking thing with Stu yet? Did I go through that? Because this one left a mark.
We did.
All right. Let's do this. Let's take a break, and then we're going to get on our topic. Today, we're going to be, last week in our episode, we did, here's some things that you probably ought not to shoot. You don't need to shoot the guy walking down the railroad track with a guitar in his back. We gave you a bunch of different.
Once, like
you
we
shoot it once. Yeah, we said shoot it once.
And then you're like, I don't need to
I've
shoot
done it.
again.
Guy on railroad track, check. Right. So we got that. Water drops on the window, check. Okay. Steel wool, check. All right. But now we're going to give you some ideas of things that maybe you haven't thought about shooting that might be interesting or might be fun. So we're going to talk about those when we come back. So that's what's coming up next, right here live on The Grid, the home of limited parking.
If you're like me, and I'm betting you are, you love Lightroom tips. I love them. I love those little things that make you faster and more efficient and more productive. I mean, that's why I run the website lightroomkillertips.com. Well, if you like this type of stuff, I got a brand new class where I've got 25 of my all-time favorite Lightroom tips. I got some brand new ones you've probably never seen before. I've got some ones that you remembered from years ago and you forgot about. I got some new twists. There's just so much stuff. We're going to have a great time together. So come and check out my brand new class with 25 of my all-time favorite Lightroom tips, and it's exclusively here at KelbyOne.
This segment of The Grid is brought to you by Canon.
Hey,
we're back.
Whoa, hey, we're back. What's going on with my...
And you know what? We got another thing we got to get is giveaways. We got a bunch of giveaways we didn't go over for today. So we're giving away a Platypod Basic, which... maybe we're giving away a handle.
Is the handle?
Drop the handle.
Quick, go to the screen.
I flew the handle out of my hand.
Quick.
It was like a lightsaber. So we're giving away the handle, which is going to magically appear back in here because I handled it wrong. So we got a handle here. Here you go, a handle. That's what we got. So we're giving away a handle. But if you haven't got in on it, the Kickstarter for the Delta is still going on. And that Delta Kickstarter really blew up. Of course, this is a product that Scott and I were been pushing for a while because we knew that this is what we all wanted, and I've been using the heck out of this.
Hey, did you see
this one?
Let's see what the Kickstarter's at.
Yeah, I don't know what it's at right now. Well, there it is.
$147,000. That is ridiculous.
And it's still 17 days to go.
17 days to go.
I think if you have any Platypod ever created,
you will
and
want
you were
this
looking
one.
for a way to make somebody else happy by giving them that old one, but then making you happy by getting the one you really want, this is the one to get.
Yeah.
Because those fold-out legs, this can fit in the pocket. I've been doing that a lot. I take this with the grip, or not the grip, the little, the thing that holds your phone. What's the thing that holds your phone? The Platypod. Is it the grip?
Is it the grip?
It's the grip. I was right. So,
That's great.
anyways, I've been putting that in my pocket.
Hey, look,
with this,
we're
and
in
it's
the
amazing.
ad.
Yeah, there you go.
That was weird.
And I love that thing. So definitely jump in on that Kickstarter. Be the first to get it. I know those things are shipping in just a couple months. So
Yeah, in March. They're shipping in March.
yeah.
So.
And
All
then
right.
we're giving away a copy of Scott's Crush the Composition book. So we got that here as well.
Oh, but look. Oh, yeah.
And we got the Crush the Composition book. So we're giving away that. You can get that over on Amazon. And then, speaking of iPhone conference, we are giving away the most popular iPhone photography book on the planet.
Yeah,
the
this is
iPhone
crazy.
Photography book.
It is my best-selling book for years now. It is literally
Yep.
my best-selling book.
So check that out. You
And
can
it's
get
crazy.
that over on Amazon. Somebody's going to win it today. Then we're giving away a copy of On One No Noise 2024. This is a great plugin for removing noise and then adding back sharpening into your photos. And then V-Flat from V-Flat World. Now, this is for U.S. shipping only, so you got to have a U.S. shipping address to win this one. But everybody can get 10% off over at V-Flat World. Just use that code Kelby10 at checkout. And then Retouch for Me is giving away their eye bundle. This is a great plugin for Photoshop that removes imperfections from the eyes. So they're giving away the eye bundle. But everybody can get a discount there as well. They got to use the code KelbyOne20. So that's KelbyOne20, and they'll get 20% off.
I had something I was going to mention.
All you got to do to enter those, just
I
leave us a comment
forgot
and tell us
it.
what you want to win.
I forgot whatever. Oh, no, I remembered. So I did an interview with Kirsten Lutz, who's a wonderful photographer and a very cool guy, who I believe Kirsten is based out of London. But I did an interview with his podcast, which is called it's Shake, but
Camera Shake.
Camera Shake. Thank
I
you.
did that too as well. with
Right,
The past.
the Camera Shake thing is about the upcoming photography show. So I'm going to be speaking at the photography show in London in March, and they have loaded me up. I thought I was doing like 1 or 2 classes. I'm doing a photo walk now. I'm on a panel about AI. I'm doing classes for Adobe. So I'll be in the Adobe booth. I'm also doing classes on the show floor and all that. I mean, yeah, on the show floor. Hey, that's me right there. Anyway, well, don't show me now. I think they know what I look like because I look like, well, me. Anyway, but I'm doing a Lightroom class. I'm doing all kinds of stuff. I'm all over that show for days. So I'm very much looking forward to it. And here's the interesting thing about the photography show. If you're a professional photographer, you can go fill out a form and you get in for free. So if you're a pro, you just got to fill out this form and you're in. And it's really easy because I saw the form. It's not too hard, but you can get in for free. And if not, it's still very inexpensive. And it's the first time it's going to be in London. It's always been in Birmingham. And this is the first time they've moved it to London. So that'll be great. It's at the, what expo is it at? It's at the... It's not at the O2. It's at the XL. There it is. Thank you. Thank you for pulling that up. It's at the XL. So it's March 8th through 11th, and I hope you can join it. I'd love to see you there. I'll be doing a book signing with the folks at Rocky Nook. I did 2 book signings last time, and it was a lot of fun. I met so many great people. The line was around the line. You couldn't see the end of the line. It was so fun. I met all kinds of people. I met a lot of people that watched the grid. It was it was great. It's a wonderful show. And on Kirsten's podcast, I talk about why you should go to shows like this. Right? And then the second part of it, the second half of the thing, I talk about why when you see a reserve sign in a parking space that you should park someplace else.
I think I heard the tow truck backing up.
Yeah, I just beep,
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 Yeah, I heard
beep,
it back
just
there.
heard it.
So.
Okay. So today's topic, last week it was last week.
Yeah, last week.
We mentioned, things not to shoot, but there's things that you may have never considered that would be like pretty cool to shoot. Some of these are surprisingly cool to shoot if you've ever tried it. And the first one we're going to mention, and it's a really great one, and we can actually help you with this, is shooting toys or miniatures. And
it's a great style to definitely test out. But you can get what I love about this one versus the ones we messaged last week is how creative you can get with this.
Without spending a lot of money.
Without spending a lot of money, this is creative. Especially we're in the winter. A lot of people, complain about in the winter they're snowed in.
Can't go
or
out.
They can't go out.
Yeah.
open up your kids' old toys that they're sitting up in the closet. You know, they moved out and we all got them. They're sitting up there, and put those toys to good use.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, and I'm telling you, it is shockingly fun. We've done it, and it's just a lot of fun. Now, we have a class, maybe two.
We have a couple classes.
From Dave the Bear Maker, and he is a master at it. When you see his stuff, you're like, oh, that's cool. It doesn't, the thing, I think what it is if you do it right, it doesn't look like a toy. It looks like you're on the set of a movie. Let's go look. I think Eric's pulling up some of Dave's stuff, and he's terrific. And he has classes on KelbyOne or courses on KelbyOne that he takes you through the whole process. And let's just show you some of the stuff that he's done. Give us 1 second to pull up. And they're all toys. Like, he buys toys and sets up a scene. Look at that one right there. He says, click here to check out my toy photography.
I'm checking it. I clicked on it. But yeah. So you see like all these shots, like, you know.
He does Lego stuff that is amazing.
His hosting is not that quick, though. Yeah, I mean, that's little Muppet, puppet, you know.
Look at that.
Yeah, and they're all just toys.
And you could be doing this.
And if you really, when you see how it's done, and because you got to, you look at that scene and you see all the depth and dimension.
Like, it's so epic. How could I make that?
But it's really cool to see like the layers you're able to create in just like a little 4-foot or 8-foot space.
Yeah, and you can do it indoors while it's snowing outside, and you can order the toys off of Amazon. So it's really, really easy. And I mean, look at the scene he's got there. What is it? A white piece of cardboard and Spider-Man. Is that Spider-Man? It looks like Spider-Man.
Spider-Man? Or no, I think that's, or Deadpool.
Oh, is it Deadpool? Oh, love. The Deadpool movies are fantastic. I love them. All right.
Yeah, I mean, you look, he's got a whole series on Deadpool. So he's got a Deadpool doll, and he's just making, like, look at that stuff. Like that, and that, and I don't know, maybe they have it.
Hey, can you see Eric's screen here? Maybe can you guys show it?
Yeah, that's all that cool stuff. Yeah, there you go. There's with Ant-Man.
Look at that shot.
Deadpool. You can get really creative with it. Now, the other thing that if you're learning photography that this really helps is the studying of lighting.
Yes.
Like, because that's what's great. And actually, that's something we used to do back in video all the time. We'd have mannequins to put into scenes. But what's great about this as a photographer is you've got a cool subject. I mean, mannequins aren't the most interesting to shoot, but you can see how lighting falls on faces, how it curves around, how different angles change the mood of a shot.
He's lighting that with like a desk lamp.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing with this style of photography. The lights that you have to use they could be just utilitarian lights. They don't really have to be anything fancy. Like, I mean, it's just so cool. Anyways,
Dave is very creative. Like, he's coming up with great ideas and stuff too. Well, that one was maybe not a great idea. Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Great composition there.
Yeah. But I mean,
they're like movie frames.
And well, I mean, we have
movie frames.
What's that? Oh man, what's his name?
Jesse Firestein?
Yeah, that's another one.
I always say his name wrong. Jesse's really good too. He's really good. Fire Eisen?
Yeah, it's Fire Eisen. I can't. I'm trying to find his.
I follow him on Instagram, but I can't get to Instagram on my laptop. I can only get to it on my phone because if I go on my desktop, Instagram says, "Well, we have to."
Well, anyways, Jesse's another one that he's very good at it. So check out his.
I would show you his, but I can't get to my stinking Instagram.
Maybe they can get to it in the control room. I can't find it.
Anyway.
Anyways,
that's one. All right, we got another one.
That's definitely something cool to check out. It's something that I think can really help you learn about photography.
All right, so that one might be filed under a subgenre of still life, right?
Yeah, it's like a specific type of still life.
All right, this next one is a specific type of action photography. And what it is something along the lines of shooting motocross. Now, it can be bikes, it can be motorcycles, but you have to do a little research to find out where it is in your area. Off the top of your head, you're probably saying, well, I don't see motorcycles riding around. Because the track is probably in the middle of nowhere.
And if you're in an area that you're like, well, it's winter right now. Snowmobiles, same thing.
Snowmobiles.
Skiers jumping, same thing.
Skiers would be great.
Yeah. Anything.
Some kind of
that's
an
in
action motion. But I think you'd be surprised. Like, for example, if you were to leave our offices, 5 minutes from here is a pro-level bike track where they hold a big nationwide
BMX.
And BMX is just bikes, but they jump way up in the air and stuff. You can make some incredible photos, but you have to search. Like, you just have to look, because like the motocross community and stuff, they're like their own thing, right? And they don't put up a big billboard on the highway that says next Saturday we have a race. But if you go and search for your town, like if I were to search for Tampa and motocross, I mean, I don't know, I've never found one. But, well, there was a track.
Oh, no, we've got a few.
Yeah, we probably have some.
So we even have some up in Pasco where they practice all the time.
Right.
So
I went up there. I went up there to Pasco, and we paid two drivers to just riders just to ride around and do jumps and photograph them. And it was
a lot of times the writers will do it just because they want the photos. They just want the epic.
Yeah,
photos.
they'll switch it with you.
But the key being that style of action photography where you're panning with a moving subject, especially that's where motocross is great and bikes are great, because they give you a cool subject that's moving, and then you can get that kind of like action panning, all that good stuff.
Yeah, you can do portraits. I was going to show you some of the ones.
You can do portraits. It's one of those where you can get into that action style.
Yeah, I'll show you a couple that I did.
And like I said, up north right now, there's tons of stuff with snowmobiles, skiing, very similar. I mean, you can walk out of our office even if you wanted to get, a different style of genre.
Yeah, here's one I did at the track. This is the track. This is my first time ever shooting motocross. So, but you got to find out. You'll get there, and the first pictures will be crappy, and they'll get better and better and better as you go. Oh, there's Jesse. Jesse's in the comments.
There he is.
Fire Horizon.
Yeah,
all right, there we go. All right, Jesse, show us your link. Will you give us a link to so people can see your stuff, whether it's on? Oh, they found it. Look at these guys. Look at this stuff. Oh, I love the Pirates of the Caribbean.
On the Mandalorian there.
And the Mando.
And John Wick.
Wow, look at that Mandalorian. He's probably in salt.
Yeah.
Right? He's probably in a sea of flour.
Oh,
see, that's what happens to me right there, and I can't go any further. It won't let me go.
Instagram's like, if you're not
wow, these are great.
In,
He's terrific.
Goods.
All right. Well, holy cow, it's break time again. We have more things to share with you on this list. But, wow, thank you, Jesse, for saying that. And if you have a website we can send people to, Jesse, that would be great. But, man, he's great. All right. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, the list has just begun.
And like Jesse says, endless creative opportunities are great ways to learn photography, lighting, and post-processing. I agree. I mean, that's what's great about that toy photography.
Hey, Sean Elizabeth just came back from Antarctica. She just got home.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
All right.
KelbyOne instructor.
We'll be back.
Boom.
In just a couple minutes.
Hey everyone, Rick Salmon here. I'm really excited to tell you about my latest KelbyOne class, Capturing the Heart of a Culture with Your Camera. Now, this topic is really close to my heart. It's really close to my heart because for the past 30 or so years, I've traveled around the world with Susan. We've traveled to more than 100 different countries, documenting different cultures. Now, in this comprehensive class, I'll talk about my photo philosophies, planning and research, composition and storytelling, interacting with people photography skills, cultural focus, and more. I'll share with you everything that you need to know to capture the heart of the culture with your camera, and just as important, have fun when you're doing it. You know, I could have called this class Where to Go for Great Travel Photographs because it features my favorite locations on the planet. Or I could have called it a master class in travel photography because I really do cover it all. But this class, truly, my friends, is about capturing the heart of a culture. So it goes way, way, way beyond just another travel photography class. So, my friends, I really hope you could join me for my latest class only on KelbyOne.com.
I am a portrait and wedding photographer based in Valencia, Spain.
I do mainly commercial and editorial photography, and I retouch up to 100 photos a month.
We shoot almost every day for all kinds of clients, such as commercial, beauty, and fashion. And we retouch our work more often, like every other day.
I used to spend over 1 hour for one photo.
If we want professional results, we must remove skin blemishes, do micro dodge and burn, highlight eyes, whiten teeth, and even reduce wrinkles in clothes. And this can easily take me up to 2 hours of work for each photo.
So when I saw that there's a plugin for Photoshop that helps you retouch quicker, I was eager to get my hands on it.
I read many feedbacks about it, and I found a lot of positive reviews, which made me to consider buying my first plugin.
One of the challenges we have at the end of a session or wedding is to achieve an edition in our photograph that look natural. This is where retouch for me has become a game changer.
I love the feature that you can pick how much effect it has on your photo, and you can adjust it accordingly to your style.
I saved a lot of time and always end up having amazing result with my work.
I am extremely happy with the quality.
Now, I am more efficient and have more time to spare with my family.
This segment of The Grid is brought to you by B&H Photo, the professional source since 1973.
Hi, welcome back to the home of Dobson's new beard. Is it new, though?
I don't think so.
It's just really growing in nicely. All right, let's move on. So how about this one? About something to try that a lot of people have not done, and it's a ball. And we have a course on it if you don't know how to do it. Shooting intentionally to make a composite.
Like
In other
shooting
words,
for composites.
You're shooting somebody on a gray background. So you go to B&H and you buy a roll of Seamless. And by the way, even on Seamless, if you use the KelbyOne discount, they'll ship you a roll of Seamless, even the 9-foot one, for free.
Yeah.
It's like they ought to be losing money on every order. But anyway, get
Well,
yourself.
they ship a lot, so I know they get a deal.
Yeah, I'm sure they get a deal, but it's 9 foot. It doesn't, you know.
Probably not cheap, but yeah.
Anyway, go get a roll of it's called Fashion Gray. All right. So if you go to B&H's website and you search for Fashion Gray, and it comes up, the company is named Savage, Savage. Get a roll of it. Now, if you have the room for a 9-foot roll, I would get the 9-foot roll. If not, you can get the 54-inch one, but it's going to be basically for headshots or head and shoulders, or you're going to be doing a lot of cleanup in Photoshop, which is not bad. You can do that too and save the money because a 5-foot roll is pretty cheap. I think Eric's pulling them up here.
Yeah, I mean,
There we go.
Yeah, so it's like a
Fashion Gray. There you go, right there. $44 for a 53-inch by 36-inch. And if you don't have the poles, I mean, you can tack it up to your wall or whatever, but if you want to put it on poles, they have a set of poles that are designed to hold it. Scroll down and see, because it's usually on the same page as the paper. Like, there it is, right there, $109 for 2 stands and the pole in the middle that holds it up. So basically, you're into this for about, let's say, $160.
Yep.
All
And
right.
you can even get these where it's got like a little chain if you just got a wall that you want to have it come down.
Yeah. But if you're just getting into this,
if you're just getting into it, just do this.
Yeah, just get the impact background. And that's what it looks like right there when you're done. That's it right there. Now, do you see how wide that is?
Yeah,
That's probably the 9 foot.
foot.
But don't, if you're just getting started in this, like, but I'm telling you, shooting for composites is a ball. It's a lot of fun, and it's very, very easy. It's very, very easy. But if you do it on a gray background, there's a number of things you can do. Number one, and this is the thing I love to do with a photo like that, is to steal a color out of the person's clothing and just change the background to that color.
Like tint it?
Like tint it with that same, and that's very, very popular in fashion today. If they have a print, sometimes they'll do the same print in the background, but they'll steal the color right out of it so the colors match perfectly. But you can also take them and put them on any other background. You can go to Adobe Stock, search their free column. They have about 1 million photos for free. Search for background. There's all kinds of cool backgrounds you can get from Adobe Stock. You have to have put your username and password in, but they don't charge you for them if you look in the category called free and do some composites.
And just to kind of explain to people, because question I get, we get asked about this is like, well, why gray? Because everybody's like, well, why don't I use like blue or green like they do in the movies or something? But again, explain to people like why gray.
Okay, so gray is the color that makes it the easiest for Photoshop to just, you hit select subject, it's going to take their hair and everything. If you do green or if you do blue, those two will actually have a bounce of the color onto their skin, where there'll be a little green on the skin. And let me tell you, it's the hardest thing in the world to get rid of. It's great for video. It is instant death.
Well, it's terrible for video. We have to deal with the spill. We have to like light people. If it's green, we're gonna have to put magenta light on them.
But you have software that is designed to negate green.
But it's still annoying.
Just do it on gray.
Don't do it.
Just do it on gray. It's so easy. Hey, before we go any further, Dobson let me know that today is Erik Kuna's birthday.
It is.
What? It is. Kuna's birthday?
Yep.
He's 19.
19.
And we're going to sing him happy
20.
birthday. And Dobson, who let me know, is also going to sing, as is Christina.
I believe that Dobson said he's going to come out and perform.
Yeah, Dobson, come around this side and sing with us. Yeah. Come on. Then you get to see his whole beard and everything. Come on, I'll share the mic.
Yeah, come on, Poseidon.
Oh, Christina's coming in. Everybody's coming in. All right. Stu and Dawn, are you coming in? Come on. Hey, if you come, we put you to work.
There's the beard.
Look at that. He's in full beard mode.
Yep.
All right, he's kind of in the dark. You got to move a little over to the right. Yes. There you
look
go.
There we go. Even Jason came
out. Oh, Jason's coming out of the booth.
Oh, my goodness.
All right, here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Erik. Happy birthday to you. Woo!
Well, thanks, everybody.
Right.
Everybody.
That was full participation.
Can't have a drink yet.
When Jason comes out of the booth, I wasn't expecting that. And look, we got Stu on the show, too, so there's that.
Getting Dobson out behind the jib was worth it.
I know, getting Dobson. So, when we're like, oh, man. But when was the last time I picked on Dobson about the jib? He's gotten good.
He's getting very good.
Yeah, he's like, I guess practice makes perfect. He's been doing it a while now, and it's as smooth as butter. All right, so we talked about action and all motocross. We talked about composites. By the way, I have a class I think it's called the
we have a few classes on that.
Oh, we have a lot of classes on compositing, but I did one for beginners. I think it was called Introduction to Compositing. So if you're not a KelbyOne member, you can still go buy the course. It's like, how much is a course? $29?
Yeah, $29.
Yeah,
might as well subscribe, but that's neither here nor there.
But that's neither here nor there. It's a better deal to subscribe, but you can go buy the course and just watch it.
So the other thing that's interesting with that, if you pick up those gray backgrounds, like you said, and you got flash, that gray can become black. That gray can become white.
That's right. So that's why also a gray background. So if you light the gray background, it becomes light gray. If you don't light it, it becomes dark gray. Yep. If you move your subject further forward, then literally that gray background becomes solid black. So you get 3, things
That's
out
what's
of it.
great about
You
gray.
could put enough light on it to make it white, but
Yes.
you'll
You gotta
definitely have
blast it.
light gray, dark gray, and black for the price of just one of those.
That's what's great about it. Yep.
Hey, let me see if I can find it. It'll just take me 1 second. And by 1 second, I mean 30 minutes. Let me go to the KelbyOne YouTube page and see if my introduction to compositing.
But I mean, you have that. It's
oh,
right
there it is.
It's right
wow.
there.
You cannot beat them. All right. So
I
that's.
mean, you've got that. You've got Glenn Dewis did classes on this, and there's just so many classes that we have over there.
Oh, we got a
on
bunch of
compositing.
classes on compositing. This one is short. It's 59 minutes. And I take you through the whole process and show you how to match colors and do all this other
This
stuff.
is like you've never done it before, and you want to do it.
Yeah,
You
like
watch
I don't
this
know what's
class,
involved.
And you will know how to do it.
Yeah, go back a little bit. You can see one of my composites there. Not that one. Go back further. You see a guy standing in front of a doorway. Where was it? With some stairs. You just rolled over it a minute ago. Where did it go?
Car.
There's a car. There's a bunch of composites in here.
Yeah, there's tons.
Yeah. Anyway, well, that's not done. You can see some of them in process. Like she's not, her color tone isn't all matched yet and stuff. Anyway, go watch the class. I start from scratch. Anybody will be able to do it. And there you go. And Bob's your uncle. Oh, I could just show you the picture rather than looking for 20 minutes here. Hang on. I got it right here. And it is.
But that's what's so cool about Photoshop is you can really blend those two things together to make them look basically like they were shot together.
Yeah, the shot that I was looking for is right. Let me make it larger.
Yeah, that one. I saw that one when he was scrolling, but I don't know, it didn't come up again.
So that's a composite right there. So I go into how to do all this stuff. So that's in the class. But anyway, so that's something to consider. If you've never done it before, it is surprisingly easy because I give you all these different steps on how to match the lighting and the color and all this stuff. But it's fun. It's fun, and it gets you really good at Photoshop because you're winding up doing these things.
Once you unlock that world of compositing, it unlocks a lot of other things. Like, speaking of, there's another thing that I know we had on our list while we're on this topic.
Yes.
It's on the top of your list right now.
Oh, yes.
Because once you get into compositing,
might as well do this next thing.
Might as well do this next thing, and that is sky replacements.
Start by photographing skies.
Photographing skies is the first thing. Just like backgrounds for compositing, photographing skies, getting out into interesting places, because especially as photographers, we're usually out at optimal times. And if you're not, why aren't you out at the
Around
optimal
dawn,
times?
around
But
sunset.
if you're out around dawn, sunset, and you have amazing skies, don't just shoot the photo of the landscape or the portrait that you're doing, but think about, hey, is that an interesting sky? Because a lot of times it is. And capturing that sky and having that sky in your folders to be able to do sky replacements later is something that's really going to take your photography up. You know, so having that skies, and it works in the same principle as compositing. You're basically just selecting a background, replacing the sky. What's great about Photoshop, though, is there's a little button.
It's built in.
It's got sky replacement button, and it does all the magic for you, which is really cool. It used to take a long time. It used to take a considerable amount of time to get it right in Photoshop, and now sky replacement is so easy. It's a button and some sliders.
Yeah, I'm going to show it to you. If you can see my screen. Let me show you how easy sky replacement is. Now, you want to use your own skies. It comes with sample skies.
Do not use those. Just use them for practice. Only practice.
So you have a photo with a bald sky like you see here. This is how easy it is to do sky replacement. You go under the edit menu in Photoshop, and right here in the menu, sky replacement. It's called sky replacement. And when you click it, it will immediately choose whatever the last sky you used is. So watch. Done. That's not the sky I would choose. And there's some controls and stuff, and I've got a class on this as well. I have a class just on skies.
That was the amount of time it took to replace the sky.
Yeah. And
Now you can modify and slide those sliders around and match the sky.
Well, that one looked pretty good, that last one.
That last one,
Yeah, look at this one. They won't show it now. There we
Yeah.
go. That doesn't look
But
bad.
you can even flip it. Have
Oh
the
yeah,
sun
I was just
going
going to
the
say
other
the
way.
sky is the wrong direction.
Yeah.
However, I'm just going to dump that layer and show you what to do.
Yeah, so let's just start
Come on,
over.
let me- yeah, just okay. I don't want to save it. I
And
want
that's what's
to
so great
delete
about it
that.
is
All right.
it's a layer, so it's just
Yeah. So I'm going to go to
You
sky
can modify
replacement
it later, whatever.
The sky is in the opposite direction. You see this little checkbox here? Flip. Right? Because the sun should be on the other side.
Yep. Now you might have to pick it. It's probably not the perfect sky for that.
No,
one,
it's not
but-
probably. Oh well, I can move it
Oh,
over.
you can move it. See, that's the other thing. You can move it. You can even change the brightness, the color temperature of the
Yeah, because the
sky.
light's coming from this way. The
Yeah.
light should be the cloud should be lit from this side, right? Mm-hmm. And you can change the scale, and you can do all that kind of stuff.
It'll even do lighting where it'll like adjust the scene to match the sky.
Well,
with
it
that color
automatically
adjust.
does that. It automatically takes
what's so
like
cool.
if I put a sunset sky in here, it'll make this look more sunsetty. It'll spill that color over
Right.
onto
And
the.
then you can just slide those sliders around them however your heart content.
All right. So step one is what? If you want to do this,
Just hit sky replacement.
no, there's a step before hitting sky replacement. Go shoot skies.
Oh, you have to shoot skies.
You have to shoot
And
shoot
that's
your
what
own skies.
but did you wanna show
These are
them-
my skies.
You want to show them how easy it is to load in your own skies?
Oh yeah. So let's take a look back on
This
screen.
is what's so cool about it. You start shooting.
All you do is go right down here to this button,
just that
right
button.
there, and it's just going to say
Plus.
what skies do you want to add, and then once you've uploaded them, you can select them and stick them in a folder.
Yep.
And so if you look here, I have like more skies and Scott's skies and all this different. There's skies I took in Tuscany, skies I have wherever. So you can just click on them and it adds those, and Bob's your
You
own.
got like a folder for night skies.
Yeah,
and
you can have
Milky
sunsets,
Way,
you can have
aurora,
whatever.
whatever.
Yeah, there you go. All right, we've been notified that it's time for a break. We have a few more to share with you, so stick around. We will be right back with more sky ideas coming up next.
Hey guys, I'm Karen Hutton and welcome to my class about Zion National Park. This park is absolutely gorgeous and it makes me so excited to be part of the greater National Park series that KelbyOne is doing. Zion National Park to me is really special. I've been here many times. Throughout this class you're going to see footage of me and scenery from other trips, because I really wanted to give you a full experience of the place over time and different conditions and so on and so forth. Zion is really a big, big park, and you're going to want a car. We'll talk about other ways of traveling through it. But just as an overview, I think of Zion in 4 sections. One is Kolob Canyons, there's Kolob Terrace, then there's the Scenic Canyon on the beginning, the east side, and then the actual east side on the farthest other side of the park. So buckle up, we're going to cover all the areas and some of the specialities that each one has to offer, some of the things to be careful about, to be prepared for. We're going to talk about gear, we're going to talk about all kinds of things. So come join me on my latest epic class on KelbyOne.com.
This segment of The Grid is brought to you by Platypod, the world's most compact tripod base.
All right, we are back here. Look at that smooth movement on the jib.
Buttery.
That was buttery.
Very smooth.
It was like wand-like, we call it. Do we give our
Wand-like.
shout-outs? Do we do our shout-outs
Wand-like.
yet?
No. We got Anders joining us from Sweden. AJ saying happy birthday, thanks. And then Ramona saying, hey, Kelby friends. Cami saying, hey, from sunny South Carolina. Thomas saying, greetings from Dusseldorf, Germany.
Dusseldorf
Raymond
in the house.
saying, hello from warm and sunny South Dakota. PB saying hello from Puerto Vallarta. Marianne saying hi from London.
Hey, Mariana.
And then Bob saying hi from Scottsdale. Allison saying hi from the UK.
Hey, Allison, hold on.
Yep.
Allison, I need to Zoom with you about Antarctica. So Allison went to Antarctica. She's got tips for me. I need to Zoom you.
Yes. And then Monica's saying hi from Central British Columbia, Canada.
All right, there we go. All righty, let's move on. This is our list of things if you haven't tried it, would be worth trying. The next is light painting.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
But what I would say is there's many ways to do light painting, but Erik Kuna's way of doing light painting is my favorite.
Well, I appreciate that. I think it's been one of those things that's developed over time with me, because it used to be that a lot of it was done with torches or flashlights.
Yeah.
The problem with torches and flashlights, it's not repeatable. So you can't finesse the light. Well, if you do finesse the light, if you get it wrong, then you got to do it again.
Yeah, you do
gotta
the whole
it
thing
again.
over, yeah.
So
You're sitting there like with a flashlight going.
Yes, I love doing light painting where it is.
Here, we're gonna look.
Let me see if I can find.
Oh, look at that! There's your nightscape.
That's a low level light painting. So we're doing that where we're melding the light with the Milky Way all in one exposure. Woo. That's a cool technique. But once you learn light painting, it works, right? I mean, that's what's great about it.
We're going to show Erik's screen here in a second. He's looking for.
Let me see where.
Are you going to show the motel one you did today?
I can show that one.
Instagram.
Yeah. So, well, that one's interesting. So that actually melds another thing that I was talking about. Well, there's one right there. So this is a single light. So there is a single light off to the side, lighting up that Meltel sign. It's got some barn doors on it. But that's the International Space Station going along the side. So
and the motel sign's pointing.
Right. So we planned it all out. You know, when we got there, I knew that, the International Space Station would be lit up. And this is another thing that I would suggest people no matter where you are. We were in Light Pollution Vegas is behind there, and you can still see the International Space Station. But what's so cool about it is that light is on a stand being lit up on that sign, and then in one exposure, you can get the light lighting up the sign, the long exposure of the International Space Station and the environment all lit up, and you can see the setting sun over there to the left. So that's the sun.
Yeah, everything's
setting.
backlit, but you can see everything.
Yeah. So, and that's what's cool about light painting. And let me see if I can't find the folder. Well, yeah. So here's some examples. We just did a class on this where that's a couple lights on this car with the moon, the full moon kind of rising in the background. Then we pulled in tighter to the car a little later. There's a building. I mean, this would be totally black without the lights lighting up. So,
and it's important for people to know, if you can tell them, like, what kind of lights are you using? Are these expensive lights? Are these pro photo strobes?
This is just like cheap LEDs, like really honestly $20, $30, $50 LEDs, that are lighting up like
that you're getting off of Amazon or
B&H.
like
the ones in the church there, they're $20, and then the ones lighting up the piano, the one lighting up the piano there is $40. Like, so I mean, it's not
and they're continuous lights.
They're just continuous lights on stands.
And so because you're shooting like on a tripod and it's at night, right? Your camera can stay open for as long as it needs.
Here's another one where, we lit up this gas station. We've got just a bunch of little lights around, and they're very dim. Like I have one on the back of the car kind of acting as that red kind of like brake lights. And it's just a $20 magnet light that just sits
it's got a magnet on it. It attaches to stuff.
Yeah.
Pops
and
right
then,
on it.
Different ones. We're just experimenting, like you see the motel one. There's Jason. We did this is a couple lights where we put a light in the phone booth, had it coming down, and then we had backlit with another light, So yeah, there you go. And actually,
can we see the plane?
The plane.
I like
there.
the plane one.
You got the plane where you just got one light on the side, and then a couple of those little LEDs kind of illuminating on the back. And you can see, like here, I actually have this folder. Great, and again in the class we break this all down.
Yeah, and start off by getting just one or two lights.
Like for example, here's a build. So that's what the scene would look like
with no
lights. Add one light. Add another light, add another light, add another light, add another light, and you start building up to where you end there, right? So just
can you
adding
show them
those,
like what kind of light these $20 lights are? Can you go on?
Yeah. Let me
Amazon
pull
or
it up.
something?
Let me pull it up.
So this is much easier than you think it probably is. It really just takes you saying, I'm going to try this. And don't go out and buy 10 lights. Get 1 or 2. And let's see, this is Erik on location, gesturing. Notice the gestures. Now he's hitchhiking. Now he's winding a clock. Oh, sorry. I was giving you a play-by-play for those of you who...
Right.
All right.
Well, here's like you got these little ones. Like this is a fancier one because I've got like and you can see that was purchased recently, right? But it's just $43. There's this other one right here. This is the one like you saw inside the church. It's just these lights, and they are.
Now, do you
$19.
change colors or do you put a gel over them?
Oh, that's what's great about this. Now you don't have to have any gels.
Yep.
I could dial up whatever color I want.
Dude, it's $20.
$20.
And you just turn it on and it's that color.
Turn it on and then you just go through the colors. You can just like, it's got a color wheel and you just plus and minus until you get the color you want. You dim it up and down until you get
Does
the
it run
exposure
from
you
an
want.
app or does it run on the...
They do have ones that you can do Wi-Fi.
No, you just do this right there.
I don't do that because I feel like it's just like one more thing.
One more thing to go wrong.
It's one more thing.
Out in the desert.
Yep. But it's really cool how you can just like create these scenes. That's what I love about it. It's like being in the studio, but you're out in nature. That's what I love about it.
He loves it. He's a nature guy. All right, we're out of time, so the show is technically over, and so it's I'm gonna move my car into my space now because it's open. So, we're just gonna give you. We don't have time to really break these all down like we have, but I'm gonna give you just some quick ideas. All right, low light photography.
Yes, low light photography. That's another one because this is another one where people don't think that. If you're on a tripod and you're leaving it open, like we were just doing there, like you don't need a fast lens either.
But this works great in a small chapel or something.
Yeah.
You know what always looks nice? If you ever go into like a small church or a chapel and they always have candles that you can light. I love shooting the candles. It's a very low light shot. You can't just hand hold it. I mean, you could.
Well, there's a mood that happens with very soft low light.
Yeah.
You know, there's a mood.
So this isn't something you're bringing light to. You're going to shoot the light that's already there.
The available light.
Hey, can I tell you something that Paul Cobra did this morning that came out fantastic? I wonder if he would let me show you this shot. He probably wouldn't care. So he's in Chicago this morning, and so he got up early, and he wanted to get up before the sunrise, and he was telling me, I want to shoot somebody with walking by a lit store window, but while it's still dark outside.
Yeah.
And he was showing me. Now this was just a scouting trip. Let me find the shot, and I don't think Paul will mind.
Because another thing
I'd
I'd say, you know what's great for that low light stuff is the iPhone.
Right,
it's just great in that night mode.
Right, and look at this. So he took this morning.
Oh, that's nice.
Now you're seeing the back of the camera.
Yeah,
so this is an iPhone shot of a DSLR or a mirrorless
so that's
shot.
not the finished shot. Yeah.
Right, but she is completely lit by the light coming through the windows of the store.
I love that.
Right, I like it too. I think it's a really great shot. And he wasn't planning on going out and getting a killer shot. He was just like kind of scoping. He's going to be there for 3 days. So if you see somebody out there in the morning shooting, that's Paul. And anyway, but you know he's going to be doing a bunch of different things, and hopefully I'll get to show you some more later. But this was just during his scouting this morning.
That's awesome.
And and he went there thinking, I want to find a window. So now he knows. Now he was just there for 2 minutes, right? Tomorrow he can camp out across the street, right? Zoom in tight.
Yeah.
And just shoot as people go by
But
until
what
you
I
get
love
an
about
interesting
what he
gesture.
did on the exposure too is he didn't he underexposed it. Like
he did,
that's
and he handheld it.
Well, that's what a great technique is, like underexpose when you're lighting, when you're shooting a light source to underexpose it. We always think we have to have it properly exposed. Like you don't need it properly exposed.
Well, anyway, that's what we're talking about with low light photography, and kudos to Paul for doing that.
Yeah.
And I hope he doesn't mind me showing it because it's too late.
It's too late now, if he does.
Uh-oh.
Hey, we got to give away some prizes.
Let's do that. Can I just mention a couple more?
Yeah,
I won't show more examples. I think a very interesting thing, I've shot numerous of these in my career just for fun, and one for a client was wine bottles. Wine bottles, which you can shoot with natural light. Or if you've got strobes, you can put a softbox on each side, and that's how you see the, strips of light. You actually see the light strips reflected in the. So if you have a couple
really
of,
nice.
It's very nice. Now you can do it. I did one in my house with just bare flash. I've done it with soft boxes. My favorite is to use 2 strip banks. But shooting, and I've got a tutorial on this, by the way. I have one using Westcott,
Spider lights?
Spider lights. Thank
Yes,
you, Eric.
They are great. For
See,
that.
it's nice having a younger person next to you. Hit them a couple of times, and they spew out
Spider
the answer.
lights, yeah.
Spider lights, and I did
they
a
were
thing. I
great
did a
for that.
wine shoot. All right, another one would be getting very, very close-up shots of flowers. Now, to do this, go to a florist and buy a flower. I'm going to give you 3 flowers that photograph beautifully. Number 1, calla lilies. You might have to order the calla lily. You might have to tell the florist, hey, I need a calla lily, and it's going to cost you $10 or whatever. Another one is just a beautiful rose, just a rose, a really nice close-up. You can take a spray bottle and spritz a little water on it. It looks nice.
Yeah.
Or number 3 is a Gerber daisy. And I particularly like them in pink, yellow, or orange. They're really, really pretty, and they're very photogenic flowers. Get a nice shot of them on a black background. And so that's easy. You can literally go buy black poster board, or I prefer like black velvet, not velvet. What is it? Yeah, I guess black velvet.
Yeah, it's like got the muted.
Yeah, black velvet and that little boy's smile. Remember that song?
Yes,
Alana
I
Miles.
do.
Great
Yes, I
song.
do.
Anyway, set the black velvet up there because the black velvet will crush the light.
And we have
right?
tons of classes on that, and like Melanie has a class.
Yeah, Melanie Kern-Favilla has
she uses that same kind of
an
like
amazing
velvety
photography class.
black background.
Yes. All right. Next would be use your phone's macro, or if you have a macro lens, to shoot a watch. There is beautiful watch. If you go to Google and you type in the word watch photography, you'll not only see tutorials and stuff, but you'll see beautiful, really, really close-up shots of watches like you see in ads.
And you just brought up something with your phone, because your phone
your
can
phone-
do amazing macros.
Your phone
The
will do
new
1
ones,
inch.
yeah.
Your phone will get run and do
The new ones.
amazing, amazing macros. Make sure you clean the watch really well before you do it, because you're going to be so close, it's going to see every little speck and every little spot. So clean it first. What about intentional camera movement?
Yeah, that's another one, like where you're actually taking, and we've seen that, like, zooming in and zooming out's a good one, or
moving.
panning with like a pattern. This works well with like nature and patterns. I've even seen it where people do they're moving around a subject and then compositing like that. Where
you're creating fine art.
Again,
photography.
it's fine art photography, but you're doing it with an intention. You're not just like winging it and hoping it works out. Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So there you go. There's some more ideas to try real quickly that you find. I was hoping that
while you're doing that, I'll get the prizes.
Yeah, do it.
So John Seals, you're winning the Cresta Composition book. Ken W. from Texas is winning the iPhone photography book. And then Philip Columbus is winning the Platypod handle. Herb Coyle is winning the On One No Noise. Dan Y is winning the V Flat. Amy Davis Byron is winning the Retouch For Me eye bundle. So just email us over at gridprize@KelbyOne.com and just do that by this Friday, please, because they like to get it out.
They do like to get it out.
They
Okay.
do. They like to get it done.
Take a look on my screen here. And you can see, I typed in watch photography in Google, and you can see all these different ones.
Like this one, yeah.
Yeah, look at that really close macro.
Really close macro.
And then I just saw another one I thought was really, this one right here looks very nice.
Yeah.
Right? Look at that. Isn't that nice? And they got that nice soft glow and all. That's very nice. I mean, there's lots of tutorials out there on watch photography, and people are really into watches.
It's kind of like toy photography and that same thing, where you can really start studying lighting and seeing how stuff reflects. That's a big thing with watch photography is figuring out how light reflects.
Look at that nice Rolex. Isn't that nice? Those are nice. Yeah, those are fun, and I've done it as well, and it's a blast. So give it a shot. That's another one. Okay. Have we done everything? We given away all our stuff?
Yeah, we have.
Dang. All right. We would like to invite you to join KelbyOne. Go to KelbyOne.com. We have a class on just about everything. If you're interested in photography, in Lightroom, in Photoshop, we're very, very heavy in Lightroom and Photoshop, so we do teach a lot of post-processing. It's kind of where we got our name, but we have tons and tons of stuff, including the Photographer's Fast Track, which is a 5-lesson thing that I lead you through. Larry Becker and I lead you through the 5 classes. It's a 1-week thing, so if you want to it's basically a jump start. Like you want to move ahead fast, you follow these 5 classes. You just do 1 hour a day for 5 days. But these are all categories, right? And these are just to get you started. We have way more than you're seeing here, but this is just like it says we have 17 courses. That's just to start you in Photoshop. We probably have literally, I'm not joking, 100 Photoshop classes, maybe more. Lightroom, it says 18 courses. Those are the first 18 we would recommend, but we're probably have 150. I mean, we have a ridiculous amount of courses on every topic you can think of. Go to KelbyOne.com, and there's no risk. If you try it and you're like, yeah, this isn't for me, that's okay. We'll give you your money back. So don't worry about it. Go and try it, and you'll love it, I promise. Okay, anything else to add before we
I think we hit it all.
Now, I will not be here next Wednesday because I hopefully will be in Antarctica or on my way there, and hopefully not getting
drugged
seasick.
up from the
I hope I'm not getting seasick. I got the no drowsy medicine. Drowsy medicine affects me like you can't believe. Like if I take 2 Excedrin PMs, half an hour later, I'm gone. I don't know where I'm at. I'm like walking into walls and stuff. So, you know what? Back in the day when I first started doing my live seminars and teaching in front of 300 photographers, I couldn't sleep the night before. I would be so freaked out. So I would take Excedrin PM.
Oof.
And dude, I would be like, they'd tell me to take it at dinner, like my wife and my partners, they'd take it at dinner. I would take them and I'm fine and all. We go to check in the hotel. I wouldn't know where I was. I mean, I would be a zombie.
See, and then that's my problem too. Like I would have to take it like at 3 o'clock because the next day I'd be no good.
I'd be fine in the morning. I'd be okay. It wore off, but I mean, I wasn't staying up any longer. But then, once I got comfortable with doing them but let me tell you, when you're teaching a whole room of Photoshop experts or a whole room of, at that time I was just teaching Photoshop, teaching a whole, and everyone in there is a Photoshop user. It's very intimidating. It's very nerve-wracking. And now I'm very comfortable with it. When I'm in London, I always have the standard jitters when you're, doing all, but it goes away, in a minute or two. But man, back in the day, I would be like, but
I hear you.
I know. I'm glad to be over that. Okay. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Thanks to our crew here, and thanks to Dobson for his beautiful. Look at that. I mean, seriously,
look at that footage.
It makes you cry. He's come so far. Yeah. I remember he'd bump into things and hit the roof.
You're talking so much, he's kind of losing.
Oh, he cut off Eric's head.
He's not used to the dragging on like we're doing.
Yeah, he's not used to the super slow-mo.
Yes.
Anyway, have a great week, everybody, and we will see you. I'll see you in a few weeks.
I'll
Eric
see you
and
next
the company
week.
will be here next week.
We got a cool show lined up.
Take care, everybody.